Good evening, guys. Ashley here from Pinpoint Trading. It's Sunday evening, and normally a lot of people will post a lot of analysis in regards to what they think the market is doing. I normally send at least one. The reason behind it is I don't like predicting the market too early, just because of the way the market can open sometimes. There's a psychological side to it, so I'll explain it to you real quick. Predicting the market over the weekends puts you in a position to see where it might go come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. But equally, what that does is psychologically, if the trade or the pair goes the complete opposite direction, especially if two or three of them go the complete opposite direction to what you predicted on the weekend, what that does is it puts you off, unbalance your strategy, and balance your mindset of how you analyze. Okay, so therefore I'll wait for the market to open come Sunday evening. I'll wait for it to start Monday morning and see how it goes from there before I actually jump into trades and analyzing it fully. Anyway, today I decided I'm going to do something slightly different. I'm going to analyze a chart and show you exactly step by step what I look for in a trade. Obviously, I'm not going to put my whole strategy in front of you, but this is steps I take and I think is vital steps to take when analyzing the market. Okay, excuse the voice, I've got a bit of a cold coming up. It's not the virus. I suffer terribly from hay fever come this time of the year. Anyway, so here we go. We're going to look at this trade. Okay, so first of all, what we can see is what we can identify in this chart here is that we've got this uptrend just here. Okay, nice uptrend just there. Sorry, pardon me. Nice uptrend just there, and what we're looking for in this instance is either continuation or a pullback or reversal pattern of this push to the upside. Okay, so what I would do is, and I see a lot of traders struggle with it, the reason being is they're not patient enough to wait and see what the market is doing. What I would suggest is, and this is just my suggestion, and this is something I try and do on most of my pairs. In fact, I will probably do it on all of them tonight and then wait to see what the market says tomorrow morning. Preparation is key, so what I do is I put a nice support and a resistance level in for myself to work off it. Okay, a nice A to B point where I can look exactly what the market is doing in between those two levels and then take it from there. In this instance, what I'm waiting for a push to the upside, a break of that resistance, turning it into support, and a push to the upside. Those that are on my premium channel are well aware of what this means. Okay, they'll probably hear it a lot during the week. I'm always banging on about it. So anyway, here we go, and at the support level we're looking for a break of that support level, a retest of that structure there, turning previous support into resistance, and then we look for a push to the downside. Looking at this push to the upside from here, what you need to stay mindful of is the fact that yes, this can push to the upside a lot further up, but in order to do that you would need a push of the support level here, breaking that resistance. Now that we're at this resistance level here, we also need to stay mindful that this can turn into a range move and just go sideways here for a little while. Now I know how this pairs work, how this pairs played out, and that's the reason why I've picked it. Okay, this is a very good example of what you need to wait for and what you need to see in order to trade accordingly. So here we play it out. We now got a clear break of that support level, a close below that previous lows. Just have a look at this. A close below that lows just there. Okay, I'm not going to draw it all the way along because that will just confuse you a bit more. So by me drawing in these nice clean lines in here, it just, what it does for me personally, it just opens the charts up a little bit, and I'm actually trying to read price movement rather than being followed or being directed by something else. For instance, you see some people draw tons and tons of lines on their chart, and I don't actually know what they're following. But by keeping your charts as nice nice and clean as possible, you can actually follow the movement a little bit better. So in this instance here, what we're waiting for is a retest of that structure up there. There you can see a nice retest of that structure. And if you drop down to the 1 hourly or 15 minute, I wouldn't say no less than 15 minute chart, you can see a nice retest of that previous support level there. Okay, and that would be your entry point for that push to the downside. Let's just move that way. So yeah, this would have been an entry level just there. It's as simple as this, guys. Okay, you wait for previous support to turn resistance, and you enter it from there. You can take a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1, whichever ratio you prefer. And let's have a look how this move would have played out from that level just there. Look how it retested again, okay, and continued to push to the downside. This instance here, look at this. Again, you've got a nice support level. Look at that, can you see it? This is what I mean by keeping your charts nice and clean. You can see exactly what levels you're looking at. Keeping it nice and fresh, look at that. Nice and fresh resistance up there, support down here, broken through it, but we were waiting for the retest. This is a prime example why you don't just enter off the back of a breakout. You wait for that retest of that previous structure. Okay, look at that rejection of that support line there. This could have easily have pushed into consolidation or pushed further up. So now we've got a break of that structure again, and what we're waiting for, you know it, we're waiting for a retest of that previous structure, and there it is. Okay, retest, rejection of that previous structure, turning support into resistance, and that's our entry number 2. Okay, I'm not saying you should enter this trade twice, but you give yourself a nice ratio around about there somewhere. The ratio is another video, guys. I'm not going to push that in this one as well. So nice 3-to-1 ratio or thereabouts. Way down here somewhere there. Okay, so here we have it. Retest of previous support turning into resistance. Same again, previous support. There's our support, turn it into resistance, and then we're off to the races. Now, I'm not saying this is going to work every time. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this will put you in a good position to get a win trade. Okay, it's not going to work every time, but if you have patience enough to mark out your support and your resistance levels and then work from it rather than against it, then you give yourself a good chance of making a bit of profit. That will be all for tonight, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video and continue doing exactly what I've just shown you there. I know it's difficult to follow because your emotions get involved, but you need to just try and stick to a system. In fact, I don't care what system you've got, try and stick to it regardless of what the market is showing you. Okay, that's very important. That way you learn to stick within your rules, and when you get it wrong, you know exactly where you've gone wrong. By jumping from one thing to the other, all you're doing is you're confusing yourself, and then you end up saying, oh, the market has stopped me out. Oh, I've been stop hunted, this, that, and the other. Okay, stick to your strategy. Do it consistently, time after time. I hope you guys have a good weekend, or what's left of it, and a good week, what's coming, and we'll make some profits this week again. Okay, have a good evening.